and it looks really good. It looks really, really
Thank
good.
you.
Um,
I feel like the face is kind of a mess right now. It's kind of all over the place, but I feel like I made a lot of progress in spite of that. So,
that is yeah, heaps of progress. I looked at week two versus week now, and it's huge progress. So let's have a look. Let's just watch it.
But boss man, I need to leave early today.
So I need to leave early today is not reading, and this is a bit odd.
oh yeah.
Um,
Oh good.
that's cool. So
To leave early today because my
yeah, so uh, remember, I think you mentioned before you were just copy and pasting the B's from this, right? So this is not a B shape. You know what I mean? This is like a real compressed lip shape. Like a B is like you don't have to put so much roll in the lip. She looks kind of like the Grinch,
Okay.
with that big black lip. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Wait, yeah,
Um,
I feel like her lips are uh a little bit challenging to work with just because they are so large.
definitely, definitely, and that's where you have to kind of change the way you do things to suit the lip. It's like how it's like you can't animate character A the same as you animate character B unless they are the same, right? Like similar. But this character is very different, as you said. The lips are the biggest difference of all, basically. So you have to kind of change the way. So the standard like I wouldn't do this ever on a character for a B, to be honest, any character, because it's like it's way too much. But anywho, you like here you see it's like really pressed again. So yeah, so you don't want to lose her lip ever as well. So yeah, for the B, just compress, just like once you touch the lips, like just go down and then compress it either in or out, depending on what the next shape is. So if you're saying
Okay.
U,
Yeah.
blue, you could compress in, and if you're saying Blake, you could start to compress out, like like that. Yeah, just close and compress. You can do a little bit of roll if you want, a tiny bit, but it's not. I wouldn't say it's needed.
Okay.
Yeah.
boss man, I need to leave early.
Right. So yeah. So here you'd want to have the and definitely. But this is not the shape. I'm just going to show you to have it so we can see it. This is the A in man. So you can hit this shape here. So you're already in that shape that you've got. Oh, man. Yeah, we can try that. We can try that. My thought would be to have it on this side so you can read it better.
Oh, like more favored
Well,
towards
generally,
the camera, you're saying?
yeah. Well, generally, when you're doing your asymmetry, you kind of have it away from camera, like this sort of thing, like the way that you're talking. But then as you come here, it makes sense to be on this side, right? Uh,
Yeah, I was trying to figure out a way to like not make it super obvious that I'm favoring to camera. And because she's rotating very like on a single axis, it's a little bit tricky to hide it. Does that make sense?
yeah. No, it's fine. That's why I said I think we can try it. I think it'll be fine. Because normally that's what you would do, but I think in this instance it kind of works. We just have to make it more appealing, um, and more clear. So we want to get this, yeah. Cool. Need to get the man shape. So here, so this is the vibe we're going for, which is cool. So we just need to have that more here, because you see how this shape here is kind of in no man's land. See how
Yeah,
that's actually the shape.
it's not clearly one thing or the other, really.
Yeah. So we just need to get that same attitude on this side, which is cool. But then and then this needs to be the eye. Like you need to fully be open here for the eye already. Because we're not seeing the eye. It's just a bit late.
I see.
Eye. And then two. She's got really, you can do like a real nice two with her lips. Um, right? Basically, this is the key shape that you want to get. Just round that out as much as possible. Two. Just make it crazy. Need two.
Man, I need to leave her. I need to.
And then you got leave, right? Leave. Need to leave. So then you just open back up. Leave.
And I need to.
So you can see here, I haven't done it on purpose, but this kind of looks like the tongue, right? So that just goes to serve that you can start the tongue with the oo, like to leave. So the tongue can already be there from the e. Like you don't have to go to leave. You know, it's not two shapes, it's one shape, blending from the L, the two and the L are the same shape. Two and L are the same, and then you go into the leave. So does it make sense? Yeah. Two.
Yeah.
Yeah. Leave. And then you got the F here. So the F you're doing this shape, right? The leave is like EAV. The leave is also the F, right? Leave like that. This is not a good F shape, sorry. Can't really draw F shapes. Leave for
I need to leave early.
leave early. Leave. See, that's a good two shape. You could use that for the two. Yeah. Leave. That's fine. Early today. Yeah, so
And I need to leave early today because my
today.
early today.
So early, right? So when you say Lee, this is you go from the here, Lee, right? And then early early t. See how you can say t with the tongue? You don't have to say t or anything, like it's just t, early t. So early today. So you don't even have to change lips. So once you go to early, that's the final shape basically. Early today. And you can just do it with the jaw and the tongue. And that'll stop it from being so busy. And then because then you have to go to the B, which is it's gonna because early today because. And then instead of saying like because, just go because. You know what I mean? Just one shape. And then because
Yeah,
it's really fast dialogue. So that's why you need to pick and choose which shape you want to actually do. And the rest of it can just be like internal sounds, you
yeah.
know? Um,
Yeah.
today, yeah, so today, this would be the open. Yeah, so, and then the B we discussed, because, oh, it goes into, okay, right on source.
Today because my today
All right, so it would be because, and then you close the lips in the U, because my, like that.
Okay.
So that'll make it not fast. It'll be because my, like that. So
So kind of an U shape for because.
yeah, yeah, no. So because will come from the today because. So because is you're coming from the Oz into my because my, like that. Because if we're finishing it today like with an openish mouth, and then you're coming down into because, right? Because, and then that is going to be like that. My, and then you can open up into this. This is fine. Try to see how you've got the see how this corner is out. If you can bring it in to be a bit more like that.
You're saying you want less negative space there in the mouth?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's fine.
my shrink got me
That's cool. My shrink works.
shrink got me
My shrink.
shrink got shrink
Yeah, and then you got the M thing again. So yeah, cancel that from the. That's a nice expression though, but that's a great expression. I love that. But it's not a lip sync lip that we would use. But in an
Is
expression,
it?
that's what it
Oh,
is.
are you giving me that note because you feel like when she makes that M shape, it's too big of a change for speaking that fast, or because it just doesn't look like she would be making an M sound with that face? Does that
Uh,
make sense?
yeah, yeah. I'm giving it to you because an M, like when we talk, we don't go my, we said my name. So it's just not the shape to use for dialogue. And
Okay.
unless it's like like unless she's making that sound like I don't know, like that.
Okay.
In terms of like just talking normally, you don't tuck your lip in, and because you're moving she's got huge lips. That's point A, and then you're moving them so much, it just looks incorrect. It's not
Okay.
reading. It's not reading well. Yeah,
got me and him tickets.
and you'd also you see how you're like kind of folding the lip before touching. You might, if you ever did want to do that, you might benefit from like touching the lips and then rolling in, like going.
Mm. Yeah, that's a good call.
Yeah.
Frank got me and him tickets to
So here, what's working nicely, right? Like let's say we get this like this. This is all cool. Um, what's working nicely is this shape here. How you've got the corners in the lower half of the mouth, and then when you go to got, we kind of get this,
Yeah, that one's not as pretty.
yeah, middle shape. So if you want to favor the corners down, oops, keep the corners favored down.
Okay.
like that. See how that's like slightly nicer. Um, may not be the call. You might need to change, but yeah, just favor the corners so it's not in like no man's land.
Yeah, yeah.
You actually might go into a smile here. You might actually benefit from a smile here because she's like my shrink, you know, like saying like, yeah, this is a great excuse, like proud of herself, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, and then that would work. I think that would work nicer here because it's really nice as well. So you could actually be in like a little smile here, like a little cheeky smile. And I think that works really well.
Okay. I could try it. I was kind of thinking of it like she was kind of embarrassed by it, but I guess either like if she has a grimace or a smile, it's still kind of the same intention, I feel.
Yeah, grimace, like shrink, shrink. Yeah, yeah, it is. Yeah, yeah, yeah. She's like, like, It's like which awkward do you want to be? You know, like,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So I think, yeah, I feel that. Yeah. And then here we've kind of got one up, one in the middle sort of thing. You see how the disconnect there? And then a bit of a
Mhm.
leaf shape. So yeah, a little rule of thumb with the mouth is always favor the corners up or down. In the middle for when it's necessary, but it often will create an emotionless kind of like default feel if it's in
Yeah.
the middle. But with animation, everything that you say once is like a rule of thumb is there's always a reason to break it. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
absolutely. Yeah.
So the same with this. What are you saying?
Got me and him tickets to a picnic. Got me and him got me and
Yeah. So I guess you have this in a smile.
tickets to a pitbull concert. Circle to a pitbull concert.
When you say con, you want to push these corners in, like you want to push con, like that.
Okay.
Concert, like that. So you want to feel that in the con. See how it's just opening? Yeah. So here's a good example. So here you have concert. You got three shapes. It could be two.
Okay.
Concert. You know what I mean? That's how you clean up your dialogue, and that's basically the people struggle with like chatty moving the mouth around, and it's like no, but that's why because you're trying to hit too many shapes,
Mhm.
and you just got to choose which ones to favor, like which ones are the most important
To
to the
spell
dialogue.
this down.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So concert is like two shapes.
Thought you were gonna call out the teeth there. We don't need to talk about those.
Ah, that's so good. Yeah, so watch this huge like face transformation. See that? It feels a bit morphy because it's a bit slow basically, and
Okay.
you're coming very 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 far across the face. See that? It's like from here to here, so it just
Yeah.
feels pretty crazy. Um, yeah, so it's slow, so you just got to speed that up, and it should work like and like go straight into it. It shouldn't be a slow thing.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's not all and I already. So already and I already and I so and I is the same thing and I same and I. and I, right? Same shape. And I all sorry, might have to do this in two meetings. And I all ready. So it's not already is two shapes as well. And I already. So it sounds like it's a big fast thing, but it's just two shapes. And I already, it's like very simple. And I two shapes. And I already two shapes. And I already
already committed to that.
committed to that.
And so if you say that I can't go, it's like you're taking something away from me. But if they're already committed to that, they're already committed.
So this same kind of note here that with that.
Where you keep them both down or both up, you're saying?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
so this one you might benefit from getting this kind of thing back. Like committed. Maybe it could be a smile again. Um, but yeah, just some sort of form of might not be a smile in that case. Might be. I don't like that though either. Maybe it's a smile. Have a play with that. Just see which works basically. I don't know at the top of my head.
Okay.
Uh,
And so
it's nice, isn't it?
if you say that I so if you say
So if you
so
yeah, so here see how you like sucking in the lip and that's making it busy. So if you can be said all in the same.
Mm.
So if you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
so if you so because it's all said here in the same shape, that's what you should do basically. Just so if you say whatever the word is, what is it?
and so if you say that I can't
So if you say that I and then say that I is the same shape. So if you say that I, that's how I'd do it. So two shapes basically, and you move within those shapes. It's not just like hit it and stay. It's like so is like a compression. If is like a little change. You know what I mean? Like it's all within that shape. So
Hmm.
so if you say that I, so that's three. That's like six words with two shapes basically. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So implement that. Yeah. So key takeaways is implement the see where you can share a shape. What and the way I break it down is what's said at the front of the mouth and what's said at the back of the mouth. So if you say is at the front, so if I'm looking sideways, so if you say that I can't go,
Oh,
you know what I
you're
mean?
talking about wide and narrow shapes, basically.
Yeah,
Okay.
yes, it's a good way to put it. Yeah. And also think of your throat as well. Like I can say like a whole sentence without actually, you know what I mean, in your tongue. So you think of like a ventriloquist doll or whatever that, yeah.
Mhm.
There's just so much you can say without actually making the shape fully. But we have to, in animation, show the sounds coming out, but it doesn't necessarily mean we have to show everything. So you just
Yeah.
gotta pick and choose what to show, what works, what doesn't, what to blend.
go, it's like you're taking something away from me.
See, it actually looks like Wallace and Gromit a bit here, right? Do you know Wallace and Gromit?
Those teeth are a challenge, man.
Yeah. Well, it's not the teeth. Yeah, the teeth. The teeth are causing me grief, but it's also like the final expression. So, um, here, like, what is she? Is she proud of herself? Is she like not sure if what she said was convincing? Is she like what's her intention behind this last pose? Is what I would say. So here she looks like she's like, yeah, I think she looks like she nailed it or something, like she's proud of herself. I think maybe like slight, tiny bit more in the corner, like a slight smile maybe. Um, but it's the way you get there. So you just like open the lips. So another thing, it's kind of comes in with your moving the lips so much is that you should generally connect the lips with the jaw. So the lips shouldn't really move by themselves ever. You know what I mean? Like our lips don't, when we talk, it's all our jaw. It's not ours. Is it like it's both, but it's not ever singular, the lip going like, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
you've got a few instances like here, for example, where the lips are just kind of moving like there, and this is not moving at all. See that? So if you were coming out of this shape like this, and this was the shape we wanted to use, when you come out like that, you would have to drop the jaw a little bit and the teeth. You know what I mean? Like everything is connected in that sense. So you can't, like even when I do that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even if it's the tiniest amount, it has to move. So so that's another thing. So the jaw, connect the jaw with the lips, jaw plus lips, favor corners, um, fast, as in have nice timing. Like don't be slow in your transitions. And then share shapes. And you should be straight, I think. I think that was the only real note. Um, yeah, and I'm gonna put appeal there. And appeal just means like don't do those flippy shapes that you were doing, like don't do the suckling in your lips kind of shapes.
Hmm.
Um,
Okay.
so that if you do these, you should have some pretty good lip sync.
But boss man, I need to leave early today because my shrink got me but boss man, I need to leave early today because my shrink got me and him tickets to a Pitbull concert. And I already committed to that. And so if you say that and I already committed to that, and I already committed to and I already committed to that, and I already committed to that, and I already committed.
This feels slow to me from here to here.
Okay.
And I already committed to that. And I already committed.
And I think we've got the isolation between this and this is not, this part here is locked.
Hmm.
And that's why it might catch my eye as well. You've got nice movement here, nice little compression.
And so if you say that, and so if you say that,
Yeah,
and so if people say that I can't go up, but it's like you're taking something, but it's like you're
same thing here. Just like tiny, connect that a tiny bit.
taking something, taking something, like doesn't take it, like what's like
Just watch this tiny note, but like just watch this hand. Like when you calm, like maybe relax that thumb a tiny bit. See how it's like still compressed, like because she stopped doing what she's doing, you could maybe relax it and then like let the fingers out, keep that in a bit of a relaxed pose. But then when you get to there, it's kind of just falling into place, kind of stiffly. Um,
Yeah.
so you want to feel that, like, you know what I mean?
Overshoot.
Like she's at the moment she's going, you want to be
Yeah,
like
yeah.
weight of uh gravity or something. I don't know how to
Hmm.
explain it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I was thinking like doing a little bit of overshoot, like, when it rests on the arm.
something away from me.
Yeah, I think one of the issues is you're going here first. All right, so cool. Uh, yeah, and did you get this stuff about the elbow coming first?
I don't think so.
That's cool. So basically, um, you're kind of coming with the hand, you're planting the hand and then the elbow,
Yeah,
and it should be the opposite, basically, like elbow then the hand, and that's when
right, right.
the weight will should show on here. And then this final move that you have here was the last thing I was looking at. Um, where we got the chest locked again, and quite a movement on the head.
Away from me.
I might just reduce that. It's pretty big because she's got all this hair and like it's a pretty big movement. I'll
Okay.
just make that a bit more, and then up, and then up, away from me. Like not just or down.
More up or down.
Yeah. Well, what is my problem here? I think my problem is you're going like down on one axis on X and then across on Z or Y,
Yeah.
whatever that one is. Um, but away from me. Should be more of a diagonal hit, I think. If you hit that diagonally, it'd probably resolve the issue. You wouldn't have to reduce it maybe. Because it's just going like doof doof. Well,
What do you mean diagonally? Like I had it more linear, but it felt too linear, and so I added a dip.
oh,
Um,
um, maybe in this one is the
Away from me.
oh yeah, so that's the diagonal
Taking
one.
something away from me. But something away from me. Something away from
Let's see.
something away from me. Something away from me. Away from me. Away from me.
Okay, I think this is it. Do it on from me. Like taking something away from me. Like that. Away from me. So break it up. Because at the moment it's going away from me. And it's like it's not flowing.
oh, I see.
You know what I mean? So if you go down here, away, and then from me, you turn to the person.
Okay.
I think that'll make it work. Cool. And then we'll fix this, make this hand pose more chill. It's not, yeah, just make that a bit more,
Organic.
yeah, a bit more organic. Good call. That's nice. Cool. This is better for sure. I just giving you so much stick about this thumb. You just put it up a tiny bit so it's not like completely horizontal with that. And then
Okay.
we have a little tangent going across here,
Oh yeah.
which is not normally nice. But this is kind of broken up into 3 bits. If you could break it up into 2 bits like that.
Are you talking about the pointer finger
Yeah.
is 3 bits and you want it to be 2 bits?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it just feels a little bit like this at the moment. And I just want to get clean lines
Okay.
like that. Um,
But boss man, I need to leave early today because boss man, I need to.
when you say I, we can open up those eyes, which you did great with the doviness, by the way, or doughiness. But when you say I open the face, I need to leave early today.
and I need to leave early.
And then you can close it, close the face. So I need to leave early today, like that sort of thing.
Okay.
My drink.
And that's nice. So when you do this here, you're coming in a lot, but the height is staying the same. So when you compress, we you should always move the whole thing. If you're moving this 100, at least move that like 60 or something, maybe 50. It just needs to be connected basically. So when you're doing such a drastic move like that, um, connect the brows. Pitbull concept feels emotionless. So whatever you want to say there in the emotion is what I would put in there.
Tickets to a pitbull con.
Like, sorry, I'm just trying to make sure we get these recordings. We might have lost them. It's weird. Yeah, so she happy, happy bragging. Like, what kind of emotion do you want for the pitbull concept? It doesn't, or maybe it doesn't have to be an emotion, but like,
Shrink got me and him tickets to a pitbull concert.
well, she is happy because she does that, right? So yeah, I think she should start to smile, start to show her happiness a bit earlier. As she talks about something that she loves, it's like if I talk about my cats, it's like, "Ding." um, and then yeah, and then when you open up these eyes, like when I say keep them doughy in general, but overall you can still open them. You know what I mean? Like you can
Yeah.
still push them and stuff. So here you can like open again for the and open committed. You could bring them lower for to kind of close.
Sorry, what was that?
So when I talk about the face, I talk about open and close the whole face. So when you do like an eye, it's a good time to eye open, and then when you say committed, it's like committed. Like M shapes are generally good to kind of close the face on, because it's a compression kind of mouth shape, compress the
Yeah.
face. So when she says and here is a good time to open the face, and then when she says committed, you could compress the face and then open it again here. And it doesn't have to be up and down like this. It can just be like tiny bits. You know what I mean? Like it's just like that's where the connection is going to feel fleshiness in the face.
Yeah, yeah. But even when it's closed, you don't want the lips to be like rolled in, like for M's and B's and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, exactly. Just compressed. So compression is. I don't have my Maya open, unfortunately. And I've got a meeting really, really soon, so I can't show you. But did you watch that thing that
I did, yeah.
Yeah, I think I do it in there a little bit, like when it closes. Maybe I don't. I don't know. I can show you. I can't show you right now, but I can show you after. But yeah, basically you just close, and then you compress. It comes up the face and either out or in. It's just like that sort of thing. But yeah, never really it would roll in. Um, but never say never. You know what I'm saying?
And so if you say that I can't go, so if you say that I can't go,
So yeah, so you've got these guys moving, which is nice, but you don't have these eyes connected.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
just yeah, you gotta remember it's kind of yeah, I guess you could say like, this doesn't move without this, blah blah blah, and then you could do the same thing for like these don't move kind of without these parts kind of at least getting
Right.
some knock-on effect, you know what I mean?
Yep.
And then this is also connected to that. So the nose as well. So that's kind of your connection zone there. And also the head and the neck. And then we're going to use yellow to transition into the chest and the shoulders. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So that if you move that in that kind of you move the brows because you move the head, but then you move the head, so you move the neck a bit, which then moves the chest, and then now you're doing the whole body connected to the lip sync, and it's going to look really nice and believable. Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
So, yeah, I think that was heaps of notes. I should keep you well busy for a week. Main thing is the lip sync, and then just fix these two final poses, and I think we should be pretty good. Yeah.
Okay,
And of
cool.
course, any notes that show themselves afterwards, we'll just discuss at the time.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, awesome, man. Do you have
Awesome.
any
Thanks for your
questions?
time. What?
Do you have any questions or anything, or just
Uh, no, I think maybe is it okay if next week I show if I cut together like a demo reel just to get your feedback on it, or do
yeah?
you just want to focus on one shot at a time?
What do you mean by feedback on a demo reel? Like just
Like, well, okay, so I feel like this shot still has some work to be done on it for sure, but I think it's closer to being done than not in my mind.
yeah, yeah, I agree.
Um, so I'm kind of in the back of my mind thinking about what shot I'd like to do next.
Right.
And I I think it would be helpful to get your feedback on the shots that I have and get your take on what you think I need. You know what
I
I
think
mean?
I think we did that at the start, and the consensus was to do acting shots because you got a lot of mechanics in there, right? And then
Well, I mean, I have acting shots, but the reel that I showed you was not it was not an acting focused reel. It was just a reel that I apply to mostly game chops with. You know what
okay,
I mean?
yeah,
So
yeah.
like I would like to get your feedback on an acting reel or like a work in progress acting reel, and then we can kind of, tailor the shots that I work on in the future based on what I need. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely, definitely. I do like to strike a balance between like what like I when it comes to like someone asked me this the other day as well is what should I put on your show reel, and I feel like it's such a it's like it's like saying to an artist, what picture should I draw to be liked? Instead of like, I want to draw
Yeah.
this picture because I like this picture and this picture's sick. This is what I want to draw. And
Mhm.
I do get what you're saying because you want to have something that's like the studios want to see. You don't want to do something that they don't care about. But at the
Right.
same time, I think they'll care about what you care about. Like it's animation showing you can animate. And so I think if you find enjoyment in what you're doing, it'll show through in the work. And so I think generally, like, like that's how like I do things now. Like if I find a sick dialogue and I want to animate it, that's how I do it, and I can work freely and comfortably because I'm doing something I want to be doing. And when you work on a film, sometimes like it becomes a chore because you'll get like a boring shot. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
and and so when you're working for yourself, it's the only time that you can do anything you want. And so we can have a look and we can do a like see what might be missing, what you could maybe do, and then we'll try to find something that you want to do that fits that. But yeah, I wouldn't try to build a reel because one person might like something else, the other person might like if you show DNEG something and then you show Sony something, the two people watching the reels might like two very different things. And so it's better just to do what you like and hope they like it too. you know. Yeah, but we'll have a look. Yeah, that's fine. And yeah, we can start thinking of another idea in the background. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you so much, Stephen.
So, man, good night. I'll see you in a week.
All
Bye.
right. Cool. Bye.
Bye.